Yo, what's up, ballers? If you're not glued to your screen right now, you better be. This ain't just another off-season recap. This is the Dodgers dynasty on the brink of implosion. Picture this. The boys in blue, fresh off 2 straight World Series wins, chasing history with a 3rd straight ring. But behind closed doors? Chaos. Absolute pandemonium. A single photo leaks, Ohtani's face frozen in shock during a secret meeting, and boom. The entire league is erupting. Front office execs scrambling, stars rebelling, and fans? They're furious, man. We're talking blockbuster trades that could redefine MLB power, 5 young guns cut loose like sacrificial lambs, and Ohtani dropping a bombshell that left Friedman speechless. Is this the master plan to cement a dynasty, or a conspiracy to tear it apart from the inside? Buckle up, fam, we're diving deep into the Dodgers' darkest winter yet. Let's break this down step by step, and expose the truth nobody's talking about. And trust me, this is going to be a wild ride. We're talking insider leaks, stat bombs, and theories that'll have you questioning everything. Hit that like button now if you're ready to uncover the madness. Alright, let's set the scene here, folks. It's the winter meetings, supposed to be routine, right? Teams swapping prospects, hashing out deals over coffee and spreadsheets. But for the Dodgers? This turned into a full-blown emergency session, like a scene out of a thriller movie. Over the past 72 hours, they've unleashed a wave of internal restructuring that's got the whole organization spinning like a top. 3 massive trades that shook the foundations. 5 young talents suddenly on the chopping block. Released, traded, gone in a blink. And at the heart of it all? Shohei Ohtani, the $700 million superstar, whose reaction reportedly froze the room. We're talking whispers of a frightening proposal from the man himself, intervening to save a teammate and sparking a rebellion. Friedman, the team prez, drops hints in a presser about 3 major issues that could reborn the Dodgers dynasty. But here's the crazy part. What if this ain't just about winning? What if it's a calculated power grab, a conspiracy to manipulate the league's balance and keep rivals in the dust? People are losing their minds, fans rioting on socials, rivals salivating like sharks smelling blood. Let's unpack it all, from the hook to the horror, with stats, scouting reports, and the kind of behind-the-scenes drama that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. You ready? Let's go. Start with this, fam, a leaked photo from inside the Dodgers war room. Ohtani, usually the stoic assassin with that icy glare, looking like he's seen a ghost. Eyes wide, jaw clenched, sweat beading on his forehead, the kind of expression that screams, "This is war." What? Because the front office just dropped the hammer, restructuring the roster for that elusive 3rd straight title, but in a way that felt like betrayal. But Ohtani? He fights back. Reports say he intervened on behalf of Teoscar Hernandez, pushing for a trade to the Red Sox that sparked applause from the room. What did he say that left execs speechless? Was it a threat to walk away, to opt out of his massive contract and bolt to Japan or another team? A demand for loyalty that echoed through the halls? This ain't just drama, it's game-changing, the kind of moment that could rewrite MLB history. Imagine the fallout. Ohtani, the face of the franchise, the guy who single-handedly carried the Dodgers to glory, clashing with management in a room full of suits. Fans are outraged. How dare they mess with our unicorn? Scrolling endlessly on Twitter. Rivals? They're smirking, knowing this could crack the Dodgers' foundation and open the door for their own runs. Rhetorical question time. If Ohtani's flipping the script like this, what dark secrets are hiding in that front office? Is this the tip of the iceberg, or the start of a full-blown mutiny? Tell me in the comments. What do you think Ohtani whispered that night? And don't forget, if this shocks you, smash that share button and tag a friend who needs to see this. Let's break this down step by step, because the details are wilder than you think. The Dodgers are gunning for a historic 3-peat, their first since the 50s Yankees, a feat that would cement them as the modern dynasty. But to get there, they need to evolve, to shed the old skin and emerge stronger. Enter the winter meetings. What was supposed to be routine turned into a frenzy, a 72-hour marathon of meetings that felt more like a hostage negotiation. Internal sessions dragged on, lights dimmed like in a spy thriller, a big screen flashing trade candidates like a horror movie trailer. Teoscar Hernandez, Dalton Rushing, Tyler Glasnow, Gavin Stone, River Ryan, Kim Hyung-jong, and even more prospects. Friedman outlines 3 critical issues in a presser. Stabilize the bullpen. Late-game collapses have haunted them all season, costing them playoff games. Fix center field. Inconsistency from guys like Gavin Lux and Andy Pages, with injuries piling up. And leverage talent in trades. Their deep farm system's a goldmine for rebuilding teams. But then, chaos erupts. 5 players get released or traded in a whirlwind. 3 blockbuster deals. Teoscar to Boston for prospects and cash, Rushing and Glasnow to Detroit for ace Rick Porcello, and whispers of more to come. Ohtani's reaction? He goes nuclear, rallying Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman to protest, turning the room into a battlefield. The atmosphere? Divided, executives see cold, hard assets. Stars see betrayal and broken trust. Why the outrage? This ain't just moves, it's a sacrifice play that could shatter team chemistry, the glue that won those 2 titles. Fans are furious, calling it heartless and corporate greed, with memes flooding the internet. Media? They're calling it the Dodgers' Civil War, with headlines like Ohtani versus Friedman, the battle for LA's soul. Here's the intrigue. Was this planned from the start, or did Ohtani's push force their hand, exposing cracks in the empire? Let's keep the tension building. What if this meltdown is just the beginning of a season-long saga? To understand the madness, we gotta know the players, fam, their stories, their stats, their legacies. Shohei Ohtani? The two-way phenom, 2021 MVP, 2023 World Series hero. He's the Dodgers' engine, 10.4 WAR last season, 54 hours as a hitter, 3.14 ERA as a pitcher, striking out 167 in 132 innings. But he's more than stats. He's the clubhouse glue, the guy who unites egos, the quiet leader who turns superstars into a family. Teoscar Hernandez? Veteran outfielder, 31 with 27 hours and a .276 AVG in 23, a warrior who's battled through slumps and injuries. His story? From Cuban roots to MLB stardom, he's the reliable bat in the lineup. Dalton Rushing? Top prospect, 24 with a 2.45 ERA in the minors, electric stuff, 95 miles per hour fastball, killer slider, projected as a future ace. Tyler Glasnow? Ace lefty, 30, 10-7 with a 3.53 ERA, but inconsistent, prone to meltdowns that cost games. Gavin Stone? Young righty, 24, 10-4 with a 3.27 ERA, high upside as a swingman. Kim Hyung-jong? Reliever, 25, 2.92 ERA in relief, a depth piece with international flair. The Dodgers? A $300 million payroll beast, loaded with stars like Betts, 8.2 WAR, 39 hours, Freeman, 7.5 WAR, .331 AVG, and Otani. But depth? They're thin in spots, with rivals like the Padres, 95 wins, and Mets, 89 wins, closing the gap. The shakeup? It's about shedding weight for speed, but at what emotional cost? These guys aren't just names, they're the heart of the team. Rhetorical. If sacrificing them builds a dynasty, is the price too high? Share your thoughts. Who do you think is the biggest loss? Now here's where it gets conspiratorial, fam, buckle up because this is the juicy stuff. Is this just roster tinkering or a master plan to rig the league? Friedman talks sacrifices in that dark room meeting. Lights off, video playing trade targets like a hit list from a mob movie. Ohtani's frightening proposal? Sources say he demanded Teoscar stay, threatening to opt out or demand a trade himself, maybe even to the Yankees or Padres. What? Loyalty, pure and simple. Ohtani sees Teoscar as a brother in arms, the guy who covered for him in the outfield. But Friedman? He's playing 4D chess, manipulating the market. Trading Teoscar to Boston, who've coveted him for years, nets high-end prospects, while dumping Rushing and Glasnow to Detroit for Porcello shores up the rotation. Conspiracy theory. The Dodgers are manipulating free agency, forcing rivals to overpay for vets while they reload cheap via trades. Ohtani's intervention? It exposed cracks. Is he the puppet master, pulling strings from the shadows, or just a pawn in Friedman's empire? What if this is all a smokescreen for something bigger, like tanking to draft high in future years? Fans smell a rat, they're sacrificing the soul for stats. And let's not forget the leaks. Anonymous sources claim Friedman whispered about controlling the narrative to keep the dynasty alive. Rhetorical bomb. What if Ohtani's push is part of a larger player revolt, inspired by the Astros sign-stealing scandal? Is MLB's balance about to tip forever? Drop your conspiracy theories below. I want to hear 'em. Let's compare this to history because patterns don't lie, and they make the conspiracy even thicker. Remember the Yankees' 2016 fire sale? They traded stars like Aroldis Chapman for prospects, rebuilding a dynasty that won in 2023. The Dodgers? They're doing the inverse, shedding depth for elite talent, like the Astros' 2017 signings that sparked their cheating scandal and led to a 100-win season. Teoscar's move echoes the Red Sox trading for J.D. Martinez in 2017, a power bat for contention, turning Boston into contenders. But the conspiracy? This mirrors the Padres' 2022 rebuild, where they traded away young guns like Fernando Tatis Jr. for vets, only to explode. League-wide, teams like the Guardians are hoarding prospects, think their 2023 playoff run. The Dodgers are flipping them for aces, widening the gap. Why now? Because parity's rising. The Rays won in 2020 with scrubs. The Dodgers can't afford to stand pat. Past behaviors? Friedman's always been aggressive, think the 2021 Ohtani mega deal, a $700 million gamble. But this? It's ruthless, like the Phillies' 2022 purge that cleared space for Bryce Harper. Question: is this the Dodgers becoming the new evil empire, or just evolution in a cutthroat league? Compare it to the Mets' 2023 spending spree. They blew $400 million and still lost. The Dodgers are smarter, sneakier. What do you say? Is this genius or greed? Breaking down the fit, fam, because this is where the rubber meets the road. Bullpen? Their weakness, late-inning implosions cost them games, with a 4.50 ERA in the 8th and 9th last season. Trading for Porcello adds a multi-inning arm. He's pitched 200-plus innings before with a 3.00 playoff ERA, but at what cost? Losing Glasnow hurts. He was rotation depth, a lefty who could eat innings. Center field? Lux is inconsistent, .249 AVG 17 hours, -5 DRS defensively. Pages has potential but ankle issues that limited him to 100 games. Trading Rushing, a top 10 prospect per MLB pipeline, for Porcello? Smart on paper, Porcello's veteran presence could stabilize, but depth chart's thinner now. Ohtani's protest? He's worried about offensive balance. Losing Teoscar drops their lineup OPS by 50 points, from .850 to .800. Development concerns? Stone and Hyunjong were future aces, now gone, leaving gaps. Salary? Dodgers free up $20 million by releasing these guys, but top-heavy payroll risks injury woes. Big picture, this makes the Dodgers vulnerable like a house of cards. Conspiracy alert. Is Friedman forcing a win now or bust mentality, risking a collapse if Otani gets hurt? Rhetorical. Does this fit Scream dynasty or disaster? Scouting time. Let's get analytical with the nitty-gritty. Teoscar, strengths, power, 27 hours, 115 OPS plus. Clutch hitting, 1.050 OPS in playoffs. Weaknesses, defense, -10 DRS. Age, 31, declining speed to 25.5 feet per second. Projection, 25 hours in Boston, but Dodgers lose a reliable bat, dropping their team OPS plus by 10. Rushing, elite stuff, 2.45 ERA, 10.2 K/9, 2.1 BB/9, but command issues in high-pressure spots. Projection, could be a Cy Young contender. Tigers win big, adding 3 WAR. Glasnow, high upside, 3.53 ERA, 200-plus KS, 90% LHB, but inconsistency, 4.50 FIP in bad starts, injury-prone. Projection, Porcello trade nets a veteran anchor, 3.00 playoff ERA, 15-7 career, but Dodgers rotation ERA drops from 3.50 to 3.80 without Glasnow. Stone/Hyunjong. Depth pieces, 3.00 plus ERAs, but limited upside. Otani? Unscathed, but his intervention shows leadership, think his 2023 MVP speech. Stats say, Dodgers WAR could dip 5 to 10 points, but Porcello adds 3 to 4. Projections, 95 wins if it clicks but chemistry fractures? 85 wins, dynasty over. Scouts rave, rushing slider is nasty, but Glasnow needs mechanics work. What do you project, boom or bust? Oh man, the league's erupting like a volcano. Rival fans? Padres Twitter is lit. Dodgers crumbling, our time now. Mets execs? Smiling, knowing they can poach stars like Otani if this blows up. Red Sox? Ecstatic with Teoscar. Their GM called it a steal, projecting 30 hours. Tigers? They got 2 top prospects for a slumping ace, Porcello's 4.50 ERA this year, but 3.00 in playoffs. Media? ESPN's calling it Dodgers gamble of the century, with analysts debating on air. Fans? Furious, protests outside Dodger Stadium, hashtags like #SaveTeoscar trending at 500K tweets. Executives? Yankees Cashman tweeted shade, dynasties adapt or die, or implode. Astros Crane? Silent, but insiders say they're loving the chaos to regain supremacy. Conspiracy buzz. Is this a league-wide plot to weaken LA orchestrated by jealous rivals? Rhetorical: why are teams like the Guardians quiet? They're hoarding talent for a run. Fans are divided. Some hail it as bold, others call it betrayal. What side are you on?